Okay. So it's Boxing Day, and I hope you guys had a good Christmas, because I know for a fact I did, and I'm actually pretty happy right now because normally I don't get too much for Christmas, but I'm definitely okay with that because I got this really nice headset, Beaxcellent they're called, and they're actually pretty decent. It's what I'm using to record this right now instead of those crappy PlayStation ones. I do have Turtle Beach, Wicked, and the X-Wing ones. But if you guys watch some other ones, you'd think I'm carrying on by talking about them again. But to get into this video, unlike most of my other ones, and just ran about something off at first, which I kind of did for about 50 seconds now. Let's get into this one. This one's the Planet Earth and Animals of the Air Borke. What? I don't even. It says Borke. It doesn't say book. It says Borke. B-O. Borke. Sorry, Borke. B-O-R-K. They must have mismade that or something. Okay, so to start this off here, well, let me find a good one. Let me find one that's. So they show 4 pictures, right? One that's obviously a penguin, a puffin, a duck, and a seagull. Very obvious. And they ask us to name them all. Well, we just did. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm stopping. I should have thought this over a little bit better. So I'm gonna skip that one. Actually, that one's stupid. That one's stupid too. Wait. That's a bat. Animals of the. Okay, for a second there I was thinking it was birds of the air because I've only seen like I went through like freaking 10 pages there and it's only birds. Okay, I thought it was birds of the air, but no, it's animals. Wait. It says animals of the air, but yet there was penguins back there. Penguins can't fly. Here's the stupid one that made me even want to make this video in the first place. I mean, I guess it's for simple little kids. I mean, I'm not making fun of kids or anything. I was stupid too. I'm not saying little kids are stupid. Let's just get into this. So it gives us a word list, which one is 20 years, second one is biggest, third one is fly, fourth is male, which like male like M-A-L-E, like male, female, not like male like a mailman, and then the last one's shrimp. And the first question, we have to fill in the 5 blanks with the 5 answers, okay? So the first one is, the emperor penguin is the blank penguin in the world. Well, it can't be the 20 years penguin in the world. That makes no sense. Fly makes no sense. Male penguin in the world. That makes no sense because in the world. Shrimp makes no sense. So it has to be biggest, which completely makes sense. So the first one has to be biggest or it would not make sense. But it wouldn't be the first time this book didn't make sense considering it's called the Borke. So number 2, the average emperor penguin lives for about, let me guess, lives for about shrimp. Okay, it has to be 20 years. That's the only one that makes sense once again. So to the third one, it says, unlike most birds. Sorry if you can hear that yelling in the background. That's my brother and stuff. But, sorry. Number 3 says, unlike most birds, the blank emperor penguin keeps the eggs warm. Well, we already used biggest. We already used 20 years. Can't be fly. The fly emperor penguin. No, it makes no sense. Shrimp makes no sense once again, so that has to be male because no other ones make sense whatsoever. And even if we did have the other 2 and just started off at number 3, that still would be the only one that makes sense. So far, all 3 of these are extremely straightforward because they would not make sense if it was anything else. So the fourth one is, emperor penguins like to eat. The only one that makes sense is shrimp. It would make no sense for any other one here, even if we add them all again. Once again, for the 4th time, this is the only one that makes sense. So the last one is obviously the only one remaining, but let's just read it just to make sure it actually makes sense. Penguins may be great underwater divers, comma, but they cannot blank. Fly is the only one that makes sense. It cannot biggest, it cannot 20 years, it cannot male. Well, I mean, the way that male is spelled here, M-A-L-E, would be guy, like a male version. So and plus, even if it was male, like male, send male, it still wouldn't make sense because they're freaking penguins. and shrimp wouldn't make sense either, so that kind of has to be fly. That was so easy. If I got any of those wrong, I'd be extremely disappointed in myself. Extremely disappointed in myself. I had to do a separate one to record that because this thing keeps on cutting me off even if I give it a second. It cuts off like 2 seconds, so I have to give it like 2 seconds. Oh, it's annoying. But sorry if that happens sometimes. That's not my microphone. That's not the PlayStation. That's SHAREfactory. It's got to be nothing. I mean, I've used. This is my second PlayStation. It still does that. This is more than my freaking like 5th mic. So it's obviously not my equipment that's going on right here. Ha! I just did it right there, and it actually worked out perfectly. I kind of did edit it out, so I guess it didn't work out perfectly the first time, but that one it did. But anyways, let's get to the next one. I found another one. So this one is it's titled Underwater Meal, but the objective of this is just let me name the animal first. Let me just read the whole thing. To discover the name of the sea animal that eider ducks. Yes, that's what they're called, eider ducks. Or something along those lines. EIDER ducks love to eat, comma, start at the, I'll stop saying comma, start at the arrow and write down every third letter in the spaces below. The first letter is done for you, blah blah blah. So we start off with an S, yeah, and which it starts on the S on the wheel, and it has S already written down at the bottom. So I mean, like, it kind of filled in the spot. That was pretty obvious anyways, but it's not matter. Because I guess okay, never mind. So 3, so it goes STH. So every third, would that be STH? Would I stop on H and that be the third, or is it THE and then stop on E? So it starts on S. So I'll start with H first, because okay. So H and then goes HEA. And then it's Sha. So I don't think that makes sense. So I'm gonna start with an E, and then since it starts with an E, so THE, and then AIA. So we get C. That one makes sense. It's probably something along like. Okay. So then we go. We stopped at A there. Then we go BPU. And then we go LDR. Then we go XVC. Oh, this is gonna be what's it called, urchin, sea urchin. And then it goes NIH. And then it goes AWI. And then it goes FRN. And then OPS. Sea urchins. That's what it says, sea urchins. There we go. So when they said every 3, they should have said where you freaking start. I mean, they pointed at starting at S, which is where I started at, but that led me to the wrong thing because it started more off with H and then A. There was 2 A's in a freaking row. There was 2 A's there, so they're lucky. I mean, they kind of fixed themselves there, but. Okay, we got another type of different brain puzzle here to show you what our IQ. Well, I don't really know IQ, but I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I paid $4 to take this stupid test thing, which I really, really regret now, because you got to be a certain type of weirdo not to be able to do this. But so just to discover one of the animals that eagles hunt, write the letter that comes after each letter shown. So we have an R. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. So S. A, so N, M, N, O, P. Dang it, give me a second here. Okay, so R, S, and then the next one's P on the list. So P, Q. So and then T. The next one is, so that when you hear me saying a random letter, I'm just going to say the next one. T would be U. H would be I. Q would be Q, R, S. Yeah, so R. And then there's another Q, so another R. And then D, E. That one's pretty easy. and then K would be K L, no, A B C D E F G H A B C D E F G H I J K L, yeah, L. So squirrel, we got squirrel, and then it's an R, and then the last one's an R, which we are, if we look back at the beginning, R is S, so we got squirrels. To discover one of the animals that eagles hunt, oh yeah, so it's squirrels, sorry, but eagles hunt squirrels. Okay, there's a lot of fun ones here, but they weren't really ones that I can really, like, talk, I could talk about them, but they don't really, like it was there was some word searches, a word scramble. I'm probably the worst at word scrambling. I truly am. It can probably, like, the letters can probably be in the spelling of the word, and I'd probably get it wrong. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm pretty bad at them. So this one we got a code one. Use the key to identify the identity of the helpful animal. So we got a code: A equals Z, B equals Y, so C equals X, D equals W. So I guess A is the opposite, and then yeah, Z starts with A, so it's basically the opposite, like the alphabet backwards. A would start at Z, and then Z would start at, A. So D is W, S is, let me look for S here, it's H, Z is A, obviously, we already know that one. O would be L, because yeah, L equals O, which okay, so O is, yeah, so then we got V is E, so we got a whale. How many? That's like the 5th time that Will has been in one of these freaking answers. I should just guess whale half these freaking times. Sorry, I freaking cut off again right there. Sorry about that. Luckily for us, though, I found another fill in the words. That's what it's called here. Fill in the facts, sorry. I'm going to call it the fill in the blanks, but yeah. So we got a word list, which is catch, feet, bills, fruit, and trees. And number 1 is toucans have huge, colorful bills. I mean, what other one would fit there? Have huge, colorful catch, feet, maybe feet, but then they have fruit and trees. But I don't think they own the fruit of the trees. And catch makes the least sense. Bills and feet would make sense, but I mean, bills are pretty obvious considering there's a big colorful bill on the freaking toucan right in the picture right there. So the number 2 is they spend most of their time perched in trees. That's the only one that makes sense. Oh, they spend most of the time perched in bills. That would be sick. I'm so rich. I'm perching in myself in bills, in fruit, in my catch, in feet. Okay, so number 3, they use their powerful blank to maintain a tight grip. Feet makes a lot of sense there. Nothing else would really make sense. Well, I guess bills would make sense. At least this one's a lot better than that one we did earlier, which was extremely obvious on what the answers would be. So number 4 would be toucans pick blank from trees. I wonder, it's obviously not fruit. So oh wait, there's no other ones that make sense here. Okay, yeah, fruit. Okay, so the last one is obviously catch, because that's the only one left. So they toss food into the air for another toucan to, not catch, to fruit. They toss food into the air for another toucan to fruit. That sounds really gross, so I'm just going to say catch, because that's the obvious answer, and get off that one. So we got true or false right here on the next page. I already had that prepared for us, which has a cute little puffin. Puffins kind of look like creepy clowns of the bird species, but they're kind of... so number 1 is puffins nest on cliffs. True or false? Well, they live in Newfoundland. You might not know what that is, but I do. It's a province not too far away from mine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. They burrow in their little homes and stuff. That's true. That's definitely true. Puffins have tiny feet. I wonder. Yes, like don't all birds have like tiny feet? Like look at their legs. Like their legs. Like how do they even walk without like bending their leg like a freaking elastic band? True. If that's not true, I'm gonna freaking break my own neck for being so stupid. Puffins must skim fish from the water's surface. Skim. Like skim milk? That's the only really other time I heard skim. Skim milk. What other than skim milk makes sense to say skim in front of? I don't know what they're talking about. But from the water's surface, I think that makes sense. They go, because I don't think they can really swim. Can they? Penguins can swim, but I don't really see seagulls and stuff going under. I mean, I see ducks like sit on the top, and then when they see a fish, they like go under. But I'm not really a professional on like puffins here. I'd assume that they can't swim, and that question seems to make a lot of sense. So I'm gonna say true. Hopefully we have answers for this. Yeah, there is. There's answers on the next page. So. Number 4, puffins have powerful wings that push them from the water. Puffins have powerful wings that push them from the water. Their wings. Am I like... I'd like have to know knowledge on puffins. Like if you didn't know knowledge on puffins, then this wouldn't even really like... You wouldn't really even know this. Like, why couldn't it just like give us a huge big paragraph to read on puffins without straight up giving these obvious answers away? So I mean, there's not even like a little thing to read on puffins here. There's just like questions. This is basically just a question book. Not really even like any facts. There's like a tiny fact on each page, but this one doesn't have one, of course. The one that probably needs one the most. Push them from the water. I'd assume so that they could get away fast if there's like a fish, like a shark or something, gonna eat them for whatever reason. That sounded pretty stupid. I doubt a shark's gonna try and get a tiny little bird. But yeah, in case they need to pick this heavy fish up, or I guess they're gonna go after small fish, considering they're small themselves. Whatever. Number 5, puffins will often flap their wings while splashing near the base of the falling water. Puffins will often flap their wings while splashing near the base of falling water. Like a waterfall or something? Falling water. What, is someone trying to like drown them or something? I don't know, what the frig? Are these all going to be true? Because I've answered every single one true so far. Puffins will often flap their wings while splashing near the base of falling water. I mean, if it was like near the base of water, that would make this question so much more sensible. But falling, I'm going to say false, because there hasn't been any other false ones. Let's just read the answers to this one, okay? So we're on the next one here. What? Apparently, number 1 we got right. It was true. Number 2. Oh my gosh, remember how I said I'd have to crack my own neck at number 2 if I was wrong? Apparently, number 2 was false. Puffins have tiny feet. No, they do not. Apparently that's false. For some reason, I guess. Okay, guys, well, this is my last video. I gotta go crack my neck. Even if I do survive, which I probably won't, I'm going to be in a wheelchair in the rest of my life. And if I'm in the wheelchair, hopefully it's only my bottom half that I can't feel, and not my whole body that I can't feel no more because I broke all my nerves and I can't move my hands anymore. Okay, let's just move to number 3. Number 3, apparently we got wrong as well. It's false. We answered true. Puffins must skim fish from the water surface. Well, first of all I've ever heard about skimming is milk. So I'm so sorry that I don't pay attention to every little thing. I'd freaking die even if I paid attention to everything in my entire life. I'd still not know everything. So I'm so sorry. Number 4. We got correct. We answered true. And it's true. Yeah. Puffins have powerful wings that push themselves from the water. We practically guessed in all these except the first one I did know. Number 5. We answered wrong as well. We answered false when it was true. Puffins will often flap their wings while splashing near the base of falling water. I'm sorry that question made no freaking sense to me. It's probably just me and my stupidity, but we did enough of this stupid book, and I hope you guys have a happy Boxing Day and whatever. I gotta work 2 freaking days in a row, so if I make videos, they're most likely gonna be pretty early for you guys tomorrow, and then the next day, which would be Tuesday and Wednesday, or they're gonna be after 11 for my time. I'm not sure what my time is. Atlantic time? I live in freaking the Maritimes, okay? So yeah, they're either gonna be before 4 o'clock wherever I live. Well, I do know where I live. Or after 11 o'clock. Because I don't get off work until 11 and I gotta go 4. Blah, blah, blah. No one cares anyways. Remember, every 100 subscribers is one gift card for you guys. And I got a lot of big juicy ones too. I got a lot of small ones, like $10 ones. That's only like 5 of them. I'm not sure. I think like 5, 6 or 7 of them. And then I got like, literally I got like 50 or so, like $50, $60 ones. So be prepared for that one. And I got a crap load of $25 ones as well. So have a merry after Christmas on Boxing Day, which is practically over. See you guys later.